gentlemen, it's Sunday again. I'm so sorry for your waiting. We've really tried to be online in time, but days like this, when you're expecting something special, that's when things go haywire. It's like they know you have something special and the machines just strike against you, and you have to keep trying on your own to get there. So I'm so sorry that I kept you waiting for a whole 28 minutes. I'm so sorry about that. But we're still going to deal with our topic today with our special guest from Austria, Mrs. Anne Pöttler. And I'm sure her husband is also on her side. Martin, I greet you too. How are you, Anne? I am sure you're ready and listening and ready to talk with us about your life and about your business and about what you're doing in Austria. I thank you so much for setting aside time to be with us. And also thank you for those people who've been so faithful and loyal to wait for us despite our lateness. We are so sorry. It's really the technical part. It's not always on our side, but we're doing our best because you're waiting and you're willing to share with us this time. So this is Aggie's live talk show on radio RFM based in Stuttgart in Germany. And for those who are here around, welcome within Germany, outside Germany, in Kenya, in Italy, in Austria, in Switzerland, in America, and in Kenya, and in Qatar, Abel in Qatar, and also all my friends in Kenya who are listening right now. Thumbs up to you, greetings, and to all Kenyans all around the world. Happy Jamhuri Day is the day that Kenya gained its Jamhuri, or being a republic. That was 1.5 years after the independence, after they were allowed to rule themselves. Then in the following year, 1.5 years later, we were allowed to be a republic, and that is what Kenya is celebrating today. I am sure so many people have made lots of chapatis, a lot of nyama choma and kachumbari, and many goats had to say goodnight and goodbye today for good because people are celebrating. As I know Kenyans, we are so happy and proud to be Kenyans wherever we are, and I'm congratulating you for respecting our mother country, even if we are sometimes in diaspora, sometimes not back home. So I'm sure you're celebrating, and we are celebrating too. And I think later we'll have to make some ugali to have that feeling, and to maybe one or chapati or two. And if anyone wants to donate to me some chapatis and some samosas, I can celebrate maybe until midnight. So I was hoping there will be some chapatis in studio, but no one brought some here. When I came in, I thought maybe someone has put a parcel in front of the door or something like that, but no one did that. Anyway, we look forward to hearing from Anne Pöttler all the way in Austria. In Germany, we call it Österreich. This one is not far away from Germany, is actually a neighbor country to Germany, because we are based in Germany, but we cater and we care about all the diasporans within Germany, within Europe, within the world. And I'll be getting you all the achievers, African achievers in diaspora. This is a series I'm doing as an inspiration, as an encouragement, and even to show you, no matter where we are, Africans, we are hustlers. We have the blood, we have the energy in us. We do things that someone would not expect us to do outside there. Some even people will be blocking our way, but Africans, we are hustlers. When I look at how much we achieve despite the difficulties we have in life, I'm so inspired. So very thankful to Anne Pöttler for sparing some time to spend with us now. And soon I'll be getting it to you to tell us about your life and about what you have been doing right now and how you have started in Austria. Why in Austria? Why not somewhere else? So welcome anyone who is around. Welcome to chat with us and talk with us. Anne Pöttler, I hope you're ready. Let's make a break. So just get ready, get something to drink, get a comfortable place, and let's exchange our ideas. Anne Pöttler, get ready. Soon we're going to get you online.
Real World presents
taking you on a music journey around Africa and the world.
The station with the best music.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as Anne Pöttler is getting ready to talk with us on all the way from Austria, we are getting ready, and we are talking about achievers, African achievers in diaspora. Wherever I'll be getting you, I'll be coming to you wherever you are, or getting to in touch with you to just be an inspiration, get to know what you have been doing wherever you are in the world. I think it's high time, as we talk about life, as we talk about challenges, as we talk about successes, as we talk also of difficulties in diaspora, also to hear what people have achieved. Last time I talked with Lady Joy Joy Zenz, and you heard how much she has achieved, and it's not going to be just a woman's thing. I know there are men also who are achievers. So if you want to talk with me about your achievement, about what you've experienced, just get in touch with me or talk to anyone on Radio RFM. We have our addresses always very open. Radio RFM in Stöckerstraße 16A in 7190 Stuttgart, Germany. Or if you want, you can email us at radio r1923@gmail.com. If you want to call us or even write to us on WhatsApp, just get +49 163 728 6573. And you can get us on Facebook as Radio RFM. You can get us on Instagram, Radio R 99.2 FM. You can get us on Twitter at Radio RFM. You can get us on just actually on YouTube as well as Radio RFM. You can follow us on TikTok as well as Radio RFM. So we're actually on many channels, and we're going to get in touch with you because for us as African diaspora, wherever you're based, very important, and we want to see what have you been doing, how much have you achieved until now, what struggles are you having. We are not talking only about success stories, we are talking about experiences, about life in diaspora for Africans wherever we are. So just get in touch with us, just holler and let us know. So I hope Anne has gotten ready. I hope we can get her because it's, of course, all the way in Austria. Anne, let's just listen to music a bit and then we check if Anne is ready. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think Anne is ready and we can talk with her. Anne, I think you're ready now. We want to hear from you. We want to know what's going on with your life in Austria and what has been going on in Austria. I was also very curious until I got to know Anne. And it would be very nice to get to know more about you and about your life. So I hope that today, the people who are curious about you, about your life. Yeah. Tell us who you are, Anne. Tell us.
My name is Anne. I'm a Christian woman who loves God so much. Born again Christian.
Yeah.
Born in Kenya, Kiambu.
Yeah.
A mother. Yeah. A grandmother.
Yeah.
And a wife too. Yes.
That's great.
And yes.
Now, we don't want people to start writing you on DM asking if they can have your number. Are you married or are you single, Anne?
I'm married. Yes, I'm married.
To one husband or to many husbands?
No, I'm married. Yeah, I'm married.
This is good. This is good. Yeah. Tell us more about you, Anne. I know I met your husband, a very nice gentleman. Really, you are lucky to have this man. You can tell him. You can tell him the love is very evident for whoever sees you guys together. It's just wonderful.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, tell us where you are. Where are you in Europe?
I'm in Austria, a city called Graz.
Graz, okay, Graz.
Yeah. Graz, yeah. This is a second city of Austria, yeah.
Second biggest city of Austria. Okay, wow, great. Yeah. Now tell us, Anne, I think people are curious now to know, this is Anne, she's in Austria, she's in a town called Graz, and what is she doing? What is Anne doing in Austria? I mean, Austria is not Kiambu, Austria is not Nairobi, is not Mombasa. Graz is something maybe some people have not heard before. So tell us, what are you doing there?
I'm having a shop here in Austria. I opened newly about 8 months ago a Kenyan shop, like a mini market. So I'm so very blessed. I'm so happy to God because I never knew I could make it to this time.
Wow.
It's really, yes, because it was a long journey to be where I am. I thank God so much for that. Yeah.
Great.
And because sikufikiria naweza kufika mahali sahi nimefika.
Wow.
It was really, even for me today, it's like a dream.
Yeah.
It was but my dream came true, and I really appreciate it.
Well, why did you decide to start a shop? I mean, you could have done any other job. Some people say you can go do training, you can do nursing. Many Kenyans are doing nursing in Europe. Why did you decide to start a shop, and how did you start? How difficult, how easy was it? Why? First of all, the question, why? Why a shop? Why not something else?
First of all, when I came here to Austria, it was not easy for me. I was working because I never have like a higher education. So I was working like all those jobs, like cleaning jobs and here and there. And I really struggled a lot until I decided myself I have to do something of my own, which is my passion from my childhood. Because we're going back home in Kenya. My grandmother used to sell some goods, also have a small shamba, those in Kenya.
The small gardens.
And yes, my mother used to send me to the city to sell those tomatoes and kitungu and that geshagi. Yeah. So I get that passion from there, and I always dream to have something of my own. And so when I came to Austria, I struggled, and then later it was not so easy. But when I met my husband, that's about 5 years ago now, he made my dream come true, and he's a helping hand to me.
Wow.
So alinisaidia, and then we did it together.
Great,
yes.
Great. So actually, is it because you like freedom? You like to be your own boss? Yes. Or you don't like someone telling you, do this, do that? You want to decide on your own? I mean, I know ladies, we can be very stubborn sometimes. We want to do our own things. So what motivated you to do this? Apart from having a husband who is very supportive. I really met your husband, and that guy is so supportive. So this is a plus point for you. This is so supportive. And I have rarely met guys who are so supportive. The guy will do anything just to make sure that your job is going on well. So what was the motivation? Why did you decide to do this? I mean, you like freedom so much?
Yes, that was what I wanted for myself, because going back home, also about my story, when I left Kenya to Europe, it was not so easy for me, even to get those papers and having something of my own. So through that, I think, because I stayed long without my freedom, you know what I mean, because I was not having my papers.
I know.
It took me a very long time, like 8 good years.
Oh my word.
And the way I was living, it's like I was living like somebody who is in cage. I'm afraid always. I don't have freedom to do anything of my own or something to call my own. And this really turned me to be somebody different, because my freedom was gone all of a suddenly. Look me here, I'm coming back from Kenya. I was having my freedom. I can decide to do this, but I was like somebody who was stuck in a cage. It was not me anymore. And it was like even it changed the whole thing of my life, even emotionally and physically. It was very tough, because even we can say even the friends, they turn against me, because I can tell you, when I came here, this was in I don't remember exactly which year, but I was in Innsbruck, a city called Tyrol, also in Innsbruck, called Innsbruck. That's where I was staying for a very long time, and that's where I took my asylum. You see. And when I took my asylum, I met people in this city. Everybody was married. So people from Kenya, they were all married.
I can imagine you felt like someone who is fishing again. I mean, a fish swimming in the wrong direction.
Yes. And so for me, it was like, oh my God, and what about me? So even they were like, oh, this one we don't need to work with her because she don't have paper. Those days it's like if you don't have papers, you are like somebody who is you are umekatwa kando. And that really affected me a lot, really. It really affected my 8 good years. It was so bad, but I thank God because I keep on fighting. I'm a good fighter.
Yes, I know.
Not physically, but I tried everything to make myself to be where I want to be. And I changed the city. Then I left from Innsbruck. I went to Seefeld. It's where they do skiing. And I think that's where I got everything because I did have a job of my own, like working in a restaurant, and that's where I got my first visa.
Oh,
and
great!
I was so lucky.
Yeah.
And from there is when I started to be me. And that I'm talking about 8 good years later. Yeah.
My goodness, you're really a fighter. You're really a fighter.
It was because after that I was so depressed and everything changed, and I was like I told you, I was not me. My daughter back home, I left her with 3 years. There was I think to have a telephone call was not possible those days because you have to run to a booth to call. Yeah. And that also affected our relationship between me and my daughter, I think, till today. Yeah. And it's very sad.
Yeah, that's sad.
But God is great because I went back home. I brought my daughter here.
Congratulations, by the way. Yes, that's an achievement. That's not everybody who makes it. I know many people who live here. They left their children back home. They came and settled here. They've been trying and looking for ways to bring their children, and it's not working. Some they make it, some they don't make it. So congratulations. That's an achievement, and we thank God for that. Yeah.
Thank you so very much. Yeah, and then I went and brought my daughter back here. And then it was so difficult for me because I was married with my first husband, and then we separated. And that affected me also.
Yeah,
I came with my daughter here. She doesn't know how to speak German. I don't have nothing. I was depending on my husband. I was working. He took me away from that place and brought me to the city. And it was like for me, we are not, hatuskizani, so it was too much for me.
Oh wow!
And that thing turned me to be somebody who, oh my God, this is so emotional because I was somebody who was not so good. Let me tell you, I'm not saying not so good to people, but everything what I tried to build, it was like. It's gone.
It's gone.
My daughter is here. I am alone, and now I have to start all over again.
Oh wow!
So it was too much for me.
I can imagine that because it's not that easy being in a country. You have fought 8 years, you get your visa, you get your daughter here, you get married, and then this marriage goes down the drain, and then all of a sudden you're alone, you're still in the strange country, you have your child, and then the language is a problem. Oh my goodness, you are really a fighter. You are really an achiever, let me say.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. And after that is when even I have to turn myself to alcohol because I could not help myself.
Yeah.
And the happiness and the love where I could get is only where I can drink my alcohol. It was my best friend, my everything.
Oh my goodness.
You can imagine a mother with a daughter here, taking care of her. Okay, she was 12 here. When she came here, she was 12 years.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody to talk about. Back home, they are waiting for me. You know that pressure. And nobody know about what I'm going through. So I was killing myself inside alone.
My goodness, yeah. I hear you. I hear you.
And that is another year. It's almost like 4 or 5 years again. Down to drain.
My word.
Yeah.
So it's actually a miracle that you're still around and smiling. Ladyhood, I really respect you. I respect you.
This is God. Yeah, this is God.